What's up, my fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most intense and ongoing struggles in the crypto world, the legal battles over Bitcoin mining. It's a war that's being fought in courtrooms around the world, and the stakes couldn't be higher. We're talking about the future of Bitcoin, the power struggles between governments and miners, and the broader implications for the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem. If you've been following the headlines, you know that Bitcoin mining is under fire, from environmental concerns to regulatory crackdowns, and even outright bans in some regions. But what's really going on? Who's winning? Who's losing? And what does this mean for the future of Bitcoin mining? In today's video, we're going to break down the legal battles surrounding Bitcoin mining, look at key cases from around the world, and explore what these fights mean for the future of crypto. So if you're interested in the intersection of law, regulation, and cryptocurrency, this is one video you won't want to miss. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and let's dive right in. Before we get into the legal nitty-gritty, let's set the stage. Why is Bitcoin mining so controversial? At its core, Bitcoin mining is the process that secures the Bitcoin network and validates transactions. Miners use powerful computers to solve complex mathematical problems, and in return, they're rewarded with new Bitcoins. But here's the catch. Bitcoin mining is energy intensive. We're talking about a global network of machines consuming more electricity than some entire countries. This has led to massive criticism, especially in the context of climate change and environmental sustainability. Critics argue that Bitcoin's energy consumption is unsustainable and harmful to the planet, while supporters point out that a growing percentage of mining is powered by renewable energy and that Bitcoin's decentralized network is a crucial innovation. Governments and regulators have started to take notice, and that's where the legal battles come in. Around the world, different jurisdictions are responding in different ways, some with outright bans, others with heavy regulation, and some with a more hands-off approach. This patchwork of laws has created a complex and often contentious landscape for miners, and the war for Bitcoin mining is heating up. Now, let's get into the meat of it. Where are the key legal battles happening, and what's at stake? China's crackdown on mining. We have to start with China because this was a huge moment in the Bitcoin mining world. For years, China was the epicenter of Bitcoin mining, accounting for around 65% of global hash power. But in 2021, the Chinese government launched a major crackdown, citing environmental concerns and financial stability risks. The government banned all cryptocurrency mining, forcing miners to either shut down or relocate. This led to a massive exodus of miners, with many moving to places like the United States, Kazakhstan, and Canada. The impact was immediate, with the Bitcoin network's hash rate plummeting, though it has since recovered as miners have set up shop elsewhere. The US response: state-by-state battles. In the United States, the legal landscape for Bitcoin mining is a patchwork of state regulations. Some states, like Texas, have embraced Bitcoin mining, offering cheap energy and a favorable regulatory environment. Others, like New York, have taken a more cautious approach. New York even considered a moratorium on certain types of crypto mining, particularly those that use non-renewable energy sources. The battle in New York is ongoing, with environmental groups pushing for stricter regulations and the crypto industry fighting back, arguing that mining can be a driver of economic growth and innovation. Kazakhstan's growing pains. Kazakhstan emerged as a major player in Bitcoin mining after the China crackdown, but it hasn't been smooth sailing. The country saw a huge influx of miners, leading to increased energy consumption and grid instability. The government responded by imposing new taxes and regulations on miners, and even cutting off power to some mining operations during peak demand. This has sparked a legal and political struggle in Kazakhstan, as the government tries to balance the economic benefits of mining with the challenges of managing its energy infrastructure. Russia's ambivalent stance. Russia is another country where the legal status of Bitcoin mining is in flux. On one hand, Russia has massive energy resources and could potentially be a major hub for mining. On the other hand, the government has sent mixed signals, with some officials calling for a ban on mining and others pushing for regulation and taxation. The legal uncertainty in Russia has left miners in a precarious position, unsure whether they'll be able to continue operating or if they'll be forced out like in China, emerging markets, and developing nations. In developing countries, the legal battles over Bitcoin mining are often tied to issues of economic development and access to energy. For example, in countries like Iran and Venezuela, Bitcoin mining has become a way for people to survive amid economic crises, but it's also drawn the ire of governments. In Iran, the government has alternated between cracking down on illegal mining operations and trying to regulate the industry. Meanwhile, in Venezuela, the government has set up its own mining operations while also clamping down on private miners. These are just a few examples, but they show how the war for Bitcoin mining is being fought on multiple fronts, with different outcomes depending on the local context. So, what are the main arguments in this battle? Let's break down the key points from both sides. For Bitcoin mining, economic benefits. Proponents argue that Bitcoin mining can bring significant economic benefits, especially in regions with cheap or surplus energy. It can create jobs, stimulate local economies, and provide a new source of revenue through taxes and fees. In some cases, mining can even help stabilize energy grids by using excess power that would otherwise go to waste. Innovation and decentralization. Bitcoin mining is a cornerstone of the decentralized nature of cryptocurrency. By allowing anyone with the right equipment to participate, it ensures that the network isn't controlled by any single entity. This is seen as a crucial innovation in the fight against centralized financial systems. Renewable energy adoption. There's also the argument that Bitcoin mining can drive the adoption of renewable energy. Some mining operations are already using renewable sources like hydroelectric, solar, and wind power. In fact, in some cases, miners are helping to fund new renewable energy projects, making the case that Bitcoin mining and environmental sustainability can go hand in hand. Against Bitcoin mining. Environmental impact. The biggest argument against Bitcoin mining is its environmental impact. Critics point out that the energy consumption of Bitcoin mining is massive, and if that energy comes from fossil fuels, it contributes to carbon emissions and climate change. This has led to calls for bans or strict regulation, especially in regions where energy grids are already under strain. Regulatory and financial stability concerns. Governments and regulators worry that Bitcoin mining could pose risks to financial stability, particularly in regions where it becomes a significant part of the economy. There's also concern about the potential for Bitcoin mining to be used in illicit activities, such as money laundering or tax evasion. Energy resource management. In places where energy is a scarce resource, the argument is made that Bitcoin mining is a wasteful use of energy that could be better allocated to other industries or public needs. This has been a key point in places like Kazakhstan, where the influx of miners has put a strain on the national grid. These arguments are playing out in courtrooms and legislatures around the world, and the outcomes will shape the future of Bitcoin mining and the broader crypto industry. So, where do we go from here? The future of Bitcoin mining is likely to be shaped by a combination of technological innovation, regulatory developments, and market dynamics. Transition to renewable energy. One of the most promising trends is the shift toward renewable energy in Bitcoin mining. As more miners move to regions with abundant renewable resources, and as new technologies like proof of stake gain traction, the environmental impact of mining could be significantly reduced. This could also help to address some of the regulatory concerns and make Bitcoin mining more sustainable in the long term. Increased regulation and oversight. We're likely to see more regulation of Bitcoin mining, especially in regions where it has a significant impact on the energy grid or the environment. This could take the form of taxes, licensing requirements, or even outright bans in certain areas. However, regulation doesn't necessarily mean the end of Bitcoin mining. It could also lead to more standardized practices and greater legitimacy for the industry. Technological innovation. The Bitcoin network itself is constantly evolving, and we could see new technological solutions that make mining more efficient and less resource-intensive. This could include advancements in hardware, new consensus mechanisms, or even changes to the Bitcoin protocol itself. Global shifts in mining power. As the legal battles play out, we're likely to see shifts in where Bitcoin mining is concentrated. Countries that offer favorable regulatory environments and cheap renewable energy could become new hubs for mining, while regions with strict regulations or high energy costs may see a decline in mining activity. Community and industry advocacy. Finally, the outcome of these legal battles will also depend on how the crypto community and industry advocates respond. By engaging with regulators, promoting sustainable practices, and educating the public about the benefits of Bitcoin mining, the industry can help shape a future where mining is both economically viable and environmentally responsible. So, there you have it, a deep dive into the ongoing legal battles over Bitcoin mining. It's a complex and ever-evolving struggle with big implications for the future of Bitcoin and the entire crypto space. Whether you're a miner, an investor, or just someone interested in the future of technology, these legal battles are something you'll want to keep an eye on. As always, if you found this video valuable, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Where do you think the future of Bitcoin mining is headed? Will regulation kill the industry, or will it emerge stronger and more sustainable? Let's get the conversation going. Until next time, stay informed, stay vigilant, and keep mining those gains. Responsibly, of course. Peace. If you haven't already done so, visit our website. You will find the link in the description.